What's going on, you guys? This is Young Investor here, back with another video. In this video, we're going to be going over the gap up strategy slash gap down. All right, so let's go over it. So let's just go to the chart settings up here. All right, we're going to go to equities. Usually this be on and this be on, but we're going to take both of these off. All right, hit apply. You can see the gap levels, you guys. Hit OK. And now you can see a bunch of gap levels. You see the gaps, bunch of gaps, right? All right, so we just want to go to how this stock recently filled this gap over here. It basically filled this huge gap too, but we're going to go over the first one. All right, let's go over it. All right, so the market, the AMD gap down from 57.25 area all the way down to this 56.72-ish area. All right, so let's click over here, and at the top of this candle is where the candle closed at, and that's where the candle opened at. All right, so that's the gap area. I like changing my colors. This is my preference right here. This is up to you. I like changing my gap levels to blue, and I like making it, you know, solid lines. All right, so we're gonna make that a solid line. I'm gonna change these gap levels to blue. All right, just so I can see the gap. Okay, let me fix that. All right, so look, check this out, you guys. All right, so when the stock gap down like this, you look forward to do the same thing as I taught you in the beginning video, in the first videos, the retest strategy. All right, when the stock gaps down, you look for the stock to just basically push back up over time, pull back, and then go fill the gap. So we don't. Sometimes it don't be this clean. Sometimes it will push up, pull back, make a higher low, then run. So sometimes it will do this, push up, make a higher low above the blue line. Not necessarily always come back down to it. It will make a higher low and then fill the gap above. But also sometimes we don't get full gaps fills. All right. Sometimes we'll get a push above, pull back to the resistance level, then turn into support, and then it will fill it partially and then sell off. All right. So this is the three ways, the three gap ways that it can fill, basically partially, fully, and fully. All right. So what you want to look for, you want to look for the stock to push above this resistance area, because these will now be acting as resistance area to the stock push above them. All right, so these blue lines, both of these blue lines. All right, so you want to see the stock push it back above this blue line, this resistance, pull back to the resistance, turn the resistance into support, and then run and potentially fill the gap above. All right, so that's a clean one. Sometimes we don't get clean ones. Sometimes you will get a push above the resistance, pull back, make a higher low above the resistance, and then push up and fill the gap above. All right, and sometimes you will get push above the resistance, pull back to the resistance, turn the resistance into support, and then partially fill the gap. Not fully fill it, partially fill it, then wash off. All right, let's see exactly what happened to AMD, and let's see exactly what it did. All right, now let's go to the 1 minute so we could get more data. All right, we want more data, so we're gonna go to the 1 minute and see exactly what happened over here. Let's zoom in, let's pull it down a little bit. So right here on AMD, all right, right here on AMD, we can see that the stock pushed up to the gap level, to the resistance area, and sold off. It turned to resistance and sold off. All right, we got nothing right there. This is going to be acting as a resistance area. It's going to be acting as a resistance until we break above it. All right, this time we pushed above it again. We got rejected again. So we can see that this is a strong resistance area. Okay, you guys, strong resistance area. Let's bring it up a little bit more, see a little bit more data. All right, let's keep going. All right, so AMD now pushed up above it, pulled back right here, and then just confirmed that we got some buyers. We got some buyers above the resistance level, which means the buyers are going to hold it above the resistance level because it pulled back, and then we filled the gap above. That's what we look for, you guys. Now let me zoom in right here just to get some more information. All right, so we pushed up, pulled back. You can say we really pulled back on this candle, and that confirmed that buyers holding it up. That's where you can look for your entry. Just risk off the bottom of this blue candle, and then it filled the gap above. And sometimes gap fills can take a couple days, but it depends on how big the gap is. So this was a small gap, so that's why this filled in 1 day, basically, in trading time. Not from 1 day, 1 gap down, just filled days, weeks after, but 1 day of trading time to fill. All right, pushed up to the top of the gap to fill the gap, and that quickly turned to resistance. All right, the moment that it pushed above here, that could turn into a gap and go. A gap and go is where the stock will fill the gap, right, pull back, turn into resistance, and keep running forever. Like keep running and don't pull back and don't turn around. That's essentially what it tried to do, but it ended up coming back down and it ended up selling off, turn into a gap fill reversal. When the stock break below into the gap level, turn to resistance and then wash off. Basically, when you can make money on the upside or the downside. So it turned. We had a potential gap and go right at the beginning, Shit. Excuse my language. All right. Let me just go right here, zoom in right here a little bit for you. All right. So we had a potentially gap fill, right? We filled the gap. Well, not potentially gap fill. We filled the gap, right? We got that push up, pull back, fill the gap, and then we pushed above the gap area, the gap level. Pull back, turn into a gap and go. A gap and go is where a stock will fill the gap and then turn its resistance up here into support, which it did right here, and then keep running. That was a gap and go. Gap and go is when it fill the gap and keep running. All right, a gap fill reversal, you guys, is when the stock come back down to the gap level. Don't hold that support. It was holding that support, but break down, turn the support area now to resistance like it did right here, this wick right here, and that's when you enter puts and you put your first leg up here, and then you put your target down here. All right, gap fill reversal. It filled the gap, but ended up coming right back down. So it did this. It did this. Filled the gap and go beginning, but then end up coming right back down. Gap fill reversal. So you had two strategies right here. We had a gap. We had actually three. Gap fill, basically when we pushed above right here, pulled back, turned, made a higher low above this, right, and then filled the gap above, right, and then we pushed above the gap level, pulled back to the gap resistance level, turn it into support right here around this area, turn it into support right here around this area, and then we kept running. That was a gap and go. Now it could have kept running, but the overall markets are pulling back. And this day, I remember this day because I traded this, all right, and then it pulled back, and I was watching it right here. I'm like, okay, if this stock turned this right here into resistance, it's going to break down. It's holding it above, finally broke below, and that's where we got puts. We got puts right here, and we put our risk right above this area. You could have put your risk right above this area up here or down here. It's really up to you. You can put your risk right there at that level. So you enter on a breakdown right here. Pushed. We sold off right here, right? Sold off, retested it on the downside, and then we and retested the resistance, and then we broke down on the downside. You could have either entered puts to break it to support right here, or you could have entered a rejection right here. Really up to you. All right, but this is what this was multiple strategies in one trade. All right, you guys, we had a gap fill, right? Then it turned to a gap and go, where this top area turned to support and it filled the gap above, and then we had a gap fill reversal where it came back down to the gap resistance, which was supposed to be acting as support now, bounced that support, but then it came down, turned it into resistance, and then washed out, filled, that became a gap fill reversal. So we had a gap fill, gap and go, and then we had a gap fill reversal. I'm going to be going more in detail into all of these. Just give me some work. Just let me know if you got any questions, and I will see you in the chat. But that's basically the gap. I will see you in a one-on-one session. But that's basically the gap fill in a nutshell. Basically, I should not have went over the other strategies, but this was all 3 in 1. I just had to go over it, you guys. All right. See you in the next session.